Hello, everybody. Welcome to the National Real Estate Post. Frank Ray here, along with our friend Barry Habib. And before we get started, just want to let you all know that Barry Habib is going to be with myself in Angel Oak this Thursday, the 15th, on a webinar where we're going to show you new strategies for a changing market. And it's going to be pretty exciting stuff. Of course, Mr. Habib will be there guiding us through this. And it's just going to be great. So we've been having a great time with Angel Oak and an ongoing webinar series with them. Don't miss that. There's a banner up on your screen. If you're on your desktop, it's over on your right that you can click to register. If you're on your mobile device, just scroll down past the comments. You'll see the Angel Oak banner there where you can click and register. Or if you're watching us on some other device, there's a link around here somewhere where you can click to register. So with all that out of the way, we hope to see you guys there this Thursday. We have Barry Habib with us, of course. How you doing, Barry?
I'm doing great, and I'm really looking forward to that. You know, we talked about it in our pre-game kind of conversations of what we're going to talk about. It's pretty exciting because, listen, we need some good ideas going into this market to increase purchase business and refinance business. There's a lot that we need to do because the rate environment is certainly a little bit different, and we're hearing some people talk about that it's slowed down a bit for them.
Well, speaking of good ideas, that brings us to today's show. And so last Friday, Brian did a show where he was indicating that, look, guys, we have to get our head away from rate. We're no longer in a rate and term market. And with respect to refinances and those being, a lot less than it was in the past, understand there's 12.5 million homes that have 50% equity, 50% equity, which means there is a plethora of opportunity out there for the cash out refinance, right? Well, we wanted to explore that. Brian said, for me, to ask you, Barry, ask Barry when you have him on the show, is it a good idea? Is the cash out refi a good idea right now? And then you said, oh boy, I got something for you. So let's see what you got.
All right. Well, first of all, Brian's exactly right. There is a tremendous amount of equity that can be tapped into. Do you know there's 25 million homes that are owned free and clear?
Wow.
There's 76 million homes that are owned. Of that, 25 million are owned free and clear.
Wow.
So think about that. And then of the remaining 51 million homes, the average LTV is 54%. It's mind-boggling. But it's the magic elixir of all this appreciation that we've had. So do you know that in the past 12 months, the equity that people have built up on their home has increased by 12%. That's between appreciation on the way up and pay downs on the way down. So you are kind of stretching that in both ways, and this could be a real boom for you. The thing of it is we've got to get out of our own head as far as worrying about, hey, look, I'm not going to even bother calling my pipeline because, number one, they've got 3.5 or 3 3/4, and now I'm looking at 5 or even 5 1/4, let's say. Why would I call them? I think that there's an opportunity there that we need to explore because, first of all, things like mortgage insurance can be taken away based upon appreciation. You could put cash in someone's hand for uses that they may have. And really, we've talked about this so much about being an advisor. I mean, you really, as part of being an advisor, is being their debt manager. The top stock and financial managers on the asset side, they're asset managers. You have to be their debt manager. And there's ways that we can really do it. So if you want, we could jump into something I could show you, like an example.
Show me the money.
All right. So I think it's most effective if we just take it and show an exact example of what somebody hopefully can relate to. So let's pull that up on the screen. And what we have here, I think, is a way for us to kind of walk through this together. So first of all, what we see is that you have an example here of someone who purchased their home. Now, they could have purchased their home anywhere, okay? I'm going to pick Monmouth County, New Jersey, bro, because that's where I live, okay? So we'll just start with that. It's as good a place as any.
Okay.
So someone who bought their home in 2014. Whenever they purchased it, 2014, they bought it for $500,000. And let's just say they happen to have a $400,000 mortgage on it.
Okay.
Now, this is even easier because if they took it at an LTV greater than 80, we could work on eliminating MI. It would make our example even better. So I'm trying to make our example not even look as good as it could, okay?
Sure.
I'm making it look worse. So now, today, we know through appreciation that home is worth $605. We have the data for wherever you are, but you could always edit that number. So if it's worth $605 today, now the thing of it is they started off with $400. That's paid through normal amortization to $366, and their principal and interest payment at that 3 3/4, they're paying $1968 a month. So this is something that's where they're kind of saying, hey, why would I refinance? Well, they've got some debts. They're normal. They're human beings. They've got debts, right?
It happens.
It happens. People like to spend. Okay, so I've got, and we're not saying anything crazy here. They've got a Nissan Altima, a nice car, but they're not going crazy. We're not talking about they went nuts. A $30,000 vehicle. It's $552 a month on a payment. They've got a Visa, MasterCard, Discover, and then they got another car lease for $250 a month. They're paying some child support, and you know what? They wanted to take some cash out, so we're going to put $25,000 cash out in their pocket.
Okay.
Now, sounds good when we want to do their loan. But why in the world would they do this loan with us? Because their current payment's $47.50. If we refinance their current exact situation, it would be $49.62 per month. They'd lose $202 a month.
No good.
No good. Not going to happen. I'm not going to do this, right? But wait a minute. What happens if I paid off that car loan? Watch all the numbers change. I pay off that car loan. Now, oh, wait a minute. Now I've got an extra $184 a month. What if I pay the Visa? Bang. Now I'm up to $400. MasterCard, Discover. Now you can't pay off the vehicle lease, the child support, because we know that can't go in, but we're just factoring that in to make sure their ratios are good. And then when we take a look at their LTV, hey, wait a minute, I'm still under by $11,000. Frank, wow. You want that $11,000?
Yes, give me the money.
Give me the money, Frank. So let's go ahead and edit that and give them that extra $11,000. Bang. And now when we do this, here's where we are.
Man.
You can take somebody from 3 3/4 to 5 1/4. The example I used here, team, is 5 1/4%. Okay, so wow. I'm going to take you from 3 3/4 to 5 1/4, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to save you $545 a month, and I'm going to give you $36,000 cash in your pocket.
Stop it.
Now, Frank, here's the important question, because look, I know we're having fun, like kidding around with this, but in all seriousness, there could be a concern here that we should bring up, and that is, we want to ask, in all sincerity, look, we're not trying to sell anybody here. We want to do what's right for the customer. And the question is it a good idea, Frank, to take shorter-term debt and put it into longer-term debt that theoretically could be paid over 30 years? Okay, is that a good idea for the customer? Not for us, for the customer. They're going to love the $545 a month if they get it. They're going to love the $36,000. But now somebody might say, well, wait a minute, I'm paying that long-term. So, Frank, we want to explore that. So here's what I did.
Okay.
I brought up, this is the natural progression of what we would take a look at. We're taking a look at, if we took normally a 454 mortgage, is what it would be, by the way, just to show you, their mortgage to include everything would be 454.
Got it.
So if we were to say, okay, let's take a 454 mortgage, 30 years, 5 1/4 normally, and then 454, 30 years at 5 1/4. But you remember that 545 we were saving every month?
Yeah.
To illustrate the value of that money in their pocket, we can guarantee what we know the rate of return will be without having to try and speculate by if they just pay down their mortgage. That would be a guaranteed rate of return if they invested it in their mortgage as an investment. Now, they may get a higher rate of return somewhere else, but it's guaranteed we know the rate of return if they put it in their mortgage. And if they put that $545 a month in their mortgage, now remember, they've already got $36,000 cash in their hand.
Nice.
What would the result be? Let's see. If they paid an extra $545 a month, it would result in an interest savings of $101,800. It would increase their net worth by $230,000, and they pay the mortgage off almost 10 years sooner, $118. I think that the customer might see this as being very, very, very beneficial. Now, remember, Frank, they also got $36,000 cash in their hand. Let's not forget that.
I got to tell you, that is freaking fantastic. It really does show that there's a lot of opportunity for consumers out there, even if they do have, a rate that's in the threes, but they've accumulated some debt, they've built some equity. It might be wise to go ahead and do that cash out right now, pay that off, reinvest the difference back into the mortgage payment, save all that money. Fantastic stuff.
Call people, call them, show them this, explain to them what you can do and how you can really, literally change their life for the better. Literally change their life, put their kid through college, help with their retirement, help their cash flow situation, give them the money that they need, all by taking them from 3 3/4 to 5%. This is what an advisor does. We talk about this all the time. This is what a debt manager does. It's one thing to be a salesperson and say you're an advisor. It's another thing to really be an advisor.
You know what you guys can do is you can actually take this video and forward it to your database, have them watch it, and say, if you're interested in having a conversation about this, give me a call. Because Barry just laid it all out, and I bet there's a lot of people in your database who fit those parameters pretty closely. And I think that would be very helpful for them and for you.
Yeah, our subscribers are using this tool with enormous success because what you do is you actually send a link out to the customer. When they view it, of course, you know that they're viewing it because we notify you. But the customer actually plays with the debts and clicks on them,
Fun.
just like, and they can say, yeah, don't pay off that. They'll do this, do this. And then they get real excited about it. And they're like, yeah, do this.
Let's do it. It's today.
Yeah, give me the money, save the monthly payment, invest, because they break it up. They say, hey, take $200 and pay down my mortgage with $200 a month. Give me the $36,000 and let me save $350 a month in my pocket.
Nice.
It's amazing.
All right, guys. Good stuff. Thank you, Barry, very much for that demonstration. You guys, if you want to try MBS Highway, there's a link down below where you can click it, try it for a couple of weeks for free. You can get that tool and use it. Make use of this video, whatever it takes. Get on the phone, like Barry said. But there's a lot of business to be had out there, and it's for the benefit of your customers as well.
Can I say one last thing?
Go ahead.
For the real estate agents watching, the same principle makes sense on a purchase where you increase the mortgage on the purchase and take the lower down payment usage of your funds and apply it towards paying off debt. It has the same benefit and helps you with that payment shock people are feeling from moving out of a home where they're giving up 3 3/4% and now moving into a 5% mortgage with a 5% rate with a higher mortgage amount to move up in category. It facilitates the same exact thing with the same principle.
There you go. So real estate agents, you can check with your loan officer, see if they have MBS Highway where they can help you make use of this tool to illustrate that to your potential sellers as well. So with that, thanks, Barry. Appreciate the time.
Thank
you.
And
you guys have a great day. Leave us your comments down below. We appreciate that. Do us a favor, forward, share, and subscribe, and we'll catch you later here at the National Real Estate Post.